Today you will learn how to write the ratios and solve the proportions using cross products, which is in lesson 3.5, chapter 3, lesson 5. Let's focus on question number 23. The question is asking you to write the sentence as a proportion and then solve the proportion. Let's write this question as 3:8 as x is to 32. So if you focus this as 3:8, I'm going to write it as 3:8 as x is to 32. X compares to 32. That is how you need to write this question as a proportion. Set up the proportion as 3 compares to 8 as x compares to 32. And now the second part of the question is they are asking you to solve it, which basically means they are asking you to find what x is. So I'm going to use the cross product in this case. So cross over and multiply, cross over and multiply. And even if you look at the question, if you look at this, it looks like the multiplication symbol, which is the times symbol. So you need to understand that you are crossing over. So 8 multiplies x to give you 8x equals, which is what you have it in the middle, and 3 multiplies 32, so 3 times 32. So you get 8x equals 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, and now you got your one-step equation. 8 is what you need to get rid of. You need to find what x is. So 8 and x, you don't have any sign in between. 8 multiplies x. The opposite of multiplying by 8 will be divide by 8 on this side and divide by 8 on the right side. 8 over 8, 8 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times x is x, and 96 divided by 8 is going to give you 12 for an answer. Let's focus on question number 7. You need to find what m is. Now this is a proportion. You got 5m divided by 6 equals 10 divided by 12. So you're going to use the cross products. So I am going to go ahead and multiply 5m and 12. So you're going to have 5m multiplies 12 on the left side, and I'm going to put 6 multiplies 10 on the right side. So 5m times 12. You can multiply the numbers because all three of them are multiplying. You can use your associative property to multiply 5 and 12 first. 5 times 12 gives you 60. M tags along. 6 times 10 gives you 60. And you want to find what m is. 60 times m, the opposite is divide by 60 on this side, divide by 60 on this side, cancel, and you have m equals, m equals 1. Let's focus on question number 22. On your EOC, you're going to find questions that look similar to question number 22, 21, etc. So you want to find what C is. Number one, you have to understand you have a C on the left side and you also have a C on the right side, but you have an equal sign. So basically this is a proportion. This is a proportion altogether. So you need to use cross products to find the answer. So let's go ahead and cross product. Cross product means crossover and multiply. So I am going to write 11 is going to multiply C minus 8. Now, also, the second step in this case is going to be negative 2 is going to multiply everything on the top. 11 multiplies everything. Negative 2 multiplies everything. I caution you guys to put them in a parenthesis. If you do not put them in a parenthesis, you're going to multiply just the 11 by the C, which is not going to be the correct answer. 11 multiplies all of these. Negative 2 multiplies all of these. That is why the parenthesis comes into play. Once you have this set up, now we are using a distributive property. 11 multiplies C to give you 11C. 11 multiplies negative 8 to give you negative 88 equals, once again you're using a distributive property on the right, negative 2 multiplies 11 and this. So negative 2 times 11 is negative 22. Negative 2 times negative 4 is going to give you positive 8. C tags along. And now you have your variables on both sides. You cannot have variables on both sides, so you need to bring them all to one side. So what I am trying to do is I'm trying to get the 8c to this side. Since I'm trying to get this to the other side, I'm going to do the opposite. So I'm going to get this positive 8c. I'm going to do the opposite, negative 8c on this side and on the left side. Make sure that you guys are writing all the steps down, including the arrows, including the line, every single step. Positive 8c, negative 8c cancels out. That is how I was able to bring this to the other side. Equal sign, negative 22. Now 11c combines with the negative 8c to give you 3c minus 88. And now you got your two-step equation. And now you have your two-step equation. You want to find out what C is, which means 3 is so close to the C, you cannot get to it until you get rid of this negative 88. So let's go in with a positive 88 on this side and on the right side. Once again, a line. Negative 88, positive 88 cancels out. Negative 88, positive 88 cancels out. Negative 88, positive 88 cancels out, and you are left with just the 3c. 3c equals 66. Negative 22 combines with positive 88 to give you positive 66. And since you need to find what c is, 3 is multiplying c. The opposite of multiplying by 3 will be divide by 3 on the left and divide by 3 on the right. Cancel. 3 divided by 3 gives you a 1, and 1 times c just gives you the c. 66 divided by 3 gives you 22, which is the answer. Let's focus on question number 24. This is a proportion. This is also a proportion. Let's cross over and multiply. So 2 is going to multiply everything which is on the denominator, which is 2v plus 14. And let's cross over and multiply. Negative 3 is going to multiply 4v plus 4. And let's focus on the distributive property. Let's do the distributive property. 2 times 2v is going to give you 4v. 2 times positive 14 is going to give you positive 28 equal distributive property on here. Negative 3 multiplies 4v to give you negative 12v. Negative 3 multiplies positive 4 to give you negative 12. And now you have variables on both sides. So let's pull them together and bring them all together to one side. Bring the variables all to one side. I am trying to get the negative 12v to this side. So the opposite of negative 12v will be positive 12v on this side and positive 12v on the left side. Let's put a line. Negative 12v and positive 12v cancels out, and you are left with just the negative 12 equals 12v and 4v combines to give you 16v plus 28. And do the one-step equation and you are going to find the answer, which in this case is going to be v equals negative 2.5. This question is a you-do question. I'm going to highlight and show you this, which basically means you need to solve this question, and when you come to the class the next time, you need to solve it and get credit for this question. I'm not sure if okay. This is the last question, which is an EOC sample that you need to understand how the question possibly might appear on your EOC for you guys to solve it. Tammy made similar models of a building with the dimensions in inches as shown in the diagram below. So you have a smaller building where the length is x plus 3 and the height is x plus 5. You have a taller building where the length is 12 and the height is 16. So you need to find what is the value in inches of x. So they are asking you what x is. So let's focus on this question and let's set up a proportion. So the length is x plus 3, the height is x plus 5. This is for the smaller building. I'm setting up a proportion and I'm putting an equal sign. The length for the taller building is 12, the height for the taller building is 16. So once you set up the proportion, the length over the height, the length over the height. The only thing you have to remember is whatever you put on the left side should match the right side. So this is the length, the height, the length, the height. And now you're going to use the cross product. So let's cross over and multiply. 16 and x plus 3, you absolutely have to put it in the parentheses. If you don't put it in the parentheses, you're going to miss the distributive property. Equals 12x plus 5. And now let's focus on the distributive property. 16 multiplies x to give you 16x. 16 multiplies positive 3 to give you positive 48. 12 multiplies x to give you 12x. 12 multiplies positive 5 to give you positive 60. And now you have variables on both the side. You need to bring them to one side. I'm going to try and collect the 12x to the other side, which means I'm going to do the opposite. So minus 12x on this side and minus 12x on this side. 12x and negative 12x cancels out. You are left with just a 60 equals 16x combines with negative 12x to give you 4x plus 48. And now you have your two-step equation, which basically means I need to find what x is. Get rid of the positive 48 by going in with a negative 48 on this side and negative 48 on this side. Line, cancel out, and you get 4x equals 12. And the last step in this case will be your one-step equation. Divide by 4 on the left and divide by 4 on the right. Cancel these two, and you have x equals 3, which is the final answer. So in this case, they are asking you what is the value in inches of x. So the x value is 3. Now remember, you have to do this question and you need to show the solution when you come to the class when I see you the next time.